This is the M3 Cavalry Fighting Vehicle. Kind of like an infantry fighting vehicle, only better. This is the M242 25mm main gun, the Bushmaster. This is the firing port for the M240 Charlie machine gun. The gunner sits here, and the Bradley commander sits here. This is the driver's compartment. This is our smoke grenade launcher. We've got tows, we've got 25s, we've even got coffee.
An effective military never presumes to know everything. It is always open to learn from experience. It studies the enemy's historical tendencies before, its tactics during, and its own weaknesses after battle. The United States Army is nothing if not smart. It is obsessed with the learning curve, and when someone, even a hated enemy, has a better idea, it adds to its doctrine. In fact, many of the most effective tactics currently employed by the Army were drawn from lessons taught by bitter foes. If there is a weapon in the American arsenal that exemplifies this learning curve, it is the Bradley fighting vehicle. Much misunderstood and much maligned, the Bradley is the result of a process that began in the mid-1930s in the dark bunkers of what is surely one of the most evil empires the world has ever known. Nazi Germany, still in the shadow of World War I, operating under a peace treaty that denied Germany even rudimentary military preparedness, it is little surprise that the Germans turned to the first person who promised them a return to greatness. For the German military to survive, it had to innovate. The driving force behind much of that innovation was General Heinz Guderian, a patriotic veteran of World War I, whose loyalty was more to Germany than to its new ruler, Adolf Hitler. Guderian believed that future wars would hinge not on artillery and the bayonet, as had World War I, but on tanks working in close coordination with air and infantry forces. They developed fast-moving half-tracks and armored cars. More importantly, they evolved a new doctrine. Guderian called it Stosskraft, or dynamic punch. The world came to know it as Blitzkrieg. Using doctrine largely built on Guderian's theories, the Germans conquered entire nations in only days. They fought not on broad fronts, but in lightning thrusts. Blitzkrieg's goal was not the taking of ground, but the paralyzing of a foe by decisive action. The Allies learned. Getting the fighters to the fray in good shape was a goal that led to some interesting applications. Americans experimented with trucks, half-tracks, even tank-drawn sleds. Not all of the experiments worked, obviously. But by war's end, the Allies had abandoned their own doctrines in favor of something that closely resembled Blitzkrieg. Cautious generals with their roots firmly planted in the soil of World War I had been replaced by hard-charging proponents of lightning war. The evolution of the mechanized infantry led to the development of the armored personnel carrier, a kind of battlefield taxicab. The APC